Hi, Joey. It's Neil. I figure this is the easiest way to kind of talk about stuff. We're going to talk about music theory, and of course, anybody else who wants to join in. I'm at the piano right now. It's a lot easier to talk about music theory when I'm at the piano. So, now to begin with, let's start with the different types of chords. You've got a major chord, which sounds like that. Then you've got a minor chord, which sounds like that. Then you've got a diminished chord, which sounds like that. And then you've got an augmented chord, which sounds just like that. Now, what we've got here is the keyboard between C and C. Okay, middle C to the upper C. And we go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, that's what you're familiar with. So, the distance between here and here is 8 notes, and we can count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right? Now, to make a chord, we only need 3 notes. To do a major chord, we need 1, 3, and 5. So it will look like this. Ba, 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 ba. Major chord. This happens to be C major. The reason why we know it's C major is because the root is C. La, 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 C major chord. In order to get a minor chord, what we have to do is flatten the third. 1, 2, 3, and then we flatten. And it sounds like this. Bum, ba, 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 bum. Okay, so it's these guys right here. All right? That's a minor chord. To get a diminished chord, we're going to flatten not only the third, we're going to flatten the fifth. And it's going to sound like this. Yeah, yeah. Okay? Now, that's a diminished. Diminished means to go that way. Augmented, we're going the other way. We're going to make it bigger. So we're going to go up a little bit. And we're going to sharpen the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 note, the fifth. Those are the 4 basic chords. Now from there, if you've got a C major right here, and you want to add a 7th, what we'll do is we'll add a 7th. We'll count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a major 7. In order to get a minor 7, we have to kind of go down here. So count 7, flatten it, and you get... And that's a 7th chord. Now, for the most part, you are going to use the major chord, ba-ba, and you're going to use the minor chord, da-da-da-da-dee-dee-doi-doi. Those are the 2 types of chords you will use, and you may add 7ths on the end, like, I got a woman way over town, you're gonna be. So you'll add 7ths onto stuff. That's pretty much it. If you're using diminished chords and augmented chords, very rarely. So think along the lines of major and minor and 7th. That's what you'll be using. But let's look now at some patterns. And the simplest pattern that we can talk about is the 1, 4, 5. When we talk about 1, 4, 5, we're looking at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we go. We've got 1, 4, 5. Okay? Bum bum ba 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 ba. Okay? Now if we add chords to that, it's going to sound like this. A 1, 4, 5 is like your best friend. If you know 1, 4, 5, you know 1,000 songs. You can go, shake it up, baby, now, shake it up, baby. Okay? Good love. Okay? Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and try to sleep. A lot of country songs, a lot of folk songs are 1, 4, 5. So if you know 1, 4, 5 in a couple of different keys, you already know hundreds of songs. Now, how do musicians change keys in their heads so quickly? Well, we cheat. We memorize it. For example, 1, 4, 5 in the key of C is C, F, G. In the key of D, it's D, G, A. Now, the best way to do it is to write them all down. And there's just no better way to do it that I can think of. But if you need to, you can count up. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4 is G, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is A. And you can work it out that way. Now, on piano uses keys like E flat and B flat and F. And we do that because it's horn keys. Guitar keys are mostly the sharp keys. So let's run through 1, 4, and 5 in different keys. Key of C, C, F, G. Key of D, D, G, A. Key of E, E, A, B. Key of G, G, C, D. Key of A, D, E. That's 1, 4, 5 in each one of those keys. If you memorize any one of those or all of those, you will have a lot easier time. Cycle of fifths runs in the key of C. It would run C to say E7, A7, D7, G7, back to C. Okay? So it would be Charleston, Charleston, made in Carolina, some dance, some prince, I'll say there's nothing finer. Okay? That's one song. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone, oh baby, though our friendship ceases from now on. 5'2", eyes are blue, oh but those are fun, don't seen my gal. Okay? Cycle of fifths moves through that little cycle all the way back to the beginning again. Again, if you know that in a number of different keys, that's another couple hundred songs. 12-bar blues is essentially 1, 4, and 5, but with a 7 added to each one of those. The pattern goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, and back. It goes again and again like that. C, 7, F7, G7 throughout the entire thing. Doo-Wop Progression. Very simple. C, A minor, F, G7. Again, 1,000 songs. What's that playing on the radio? Okay. You're 1,000 miles away. You don't remember me, but I remember you. Doesn't have to be just a slow doo-wop either. You could swing it. Hey, hey, oh, oh, oh. Okay, you get the idea. So again, if you know C, A minor, F, and G7, really, you know another 100 songs. Now, it's not just 1, 4, 5 and blues patterns and doo-wop patterns that are out there. There are other patterns as well. And once you hear them, you will find that different composers will use the same exact patterns. For example, I got rhythm, I got music, I got my gal who could ask for anything more, is the same as Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Stone Age family. Same song, same pattern underneath, the same chord structure, different melodies up top. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday is the same as let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together, which is the same as I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. In worn out shoes is the same pattern descending. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, is the same as there's a lady who's sure all the glitters is gold. Same patterns underneath, and you change the melodies. So it's important to know what the foundation is first before you start messing around with all sorts of stuff on top. Now that you know what makes up a chords and what makes up a scale and some basic patterns, let's go even bigger and look at the song itself and what makes up a song. There are different types of tunes. For example, one uses verse, chorus, verse, chorus. That's something that would go like this. The verse would be, when I was young I used to wait on master and hand him his plate and pass the bottle when he got dry and brush away the blue-tailed fly. That's the verse. Chorus. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care, Jimmy crack corn and I don't care, Jimmy crack corn and I don't care, my master's gone away. Okay? Then it runs to the next verse. The pony run, he jump, he pitch, he threw my master in a ditch. By the way, I've had my meds. So that's verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Sometimes it'll run an old folk song like that, but it could be also, shadows grown so long before my eyes, and they're moving across the page, suddenly the day, don't hesitate. That's the verse. Ooh, baby, I love your way, would be the chorus. So it really doesn't matter whether it's verse, chorus, verse. It doesn't matter if it's an old song or a new song, it could still be verse, chorus, verse, chorus. The next would be something that would be verse, chorus, and then maybe a bridge in between. Oh yeah, I tell you something, I think you'll understand when I say that something, I want to hold your hand. That would be the verse. Chorus would be, I want to hold your hand, I want to hold your hand. Goes back, oh please say to me, back to the verse. And then the chorus, I want to hold your hand, I want to hold your hand. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's something called a bridge. It's such a feeling that my love, I can't hide, I can't hide. Back to the verse, oh you, na 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 na. And then the chorus, I want to hold your hand, I want to hold your hand. So that would be another configuration. Then there's another popular configuration which is known as the 32 bar, AABA. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. That's 8 bars worth of music. We do it again. We start with, that's the A section. We do it again. Somewhere, same thing, A. We jump to a B section called B, or middle 8. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. That's the middle 8. Then we jump back. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? That's the final 8, the final A. All told, that would be 32 bars of music. So from now on, when you're listening to songs, listen for what the chord patterns are, get an idea of how long it is, and also get an idea of what the scheme is. So for example, Sunday morning rain is falling, would be the verse. Then all I need in darkness is all I see, would be the chorus part of it. Even though that's a recent song, thereabouts, it's still the same thing. Verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. There's really very little that is new under the sun. Best thing for you to do, and I tell anybody, is to get a keyboard. I know you may have one on an iPad and stuff like that, but a real keyboard, even just a small thing from Kmart or Walmart, is better because you can actually see things a little bit easier on an actual keyboard and you actually feel it and touch it. So if you need to figure out what a chord is, you could actually physically do it, okay? Guitar is tough to learn theory on. Got to admit it, because guitar, everything is inverted. You've got an E on the bottom and an E on the top, and then you've got a whole bunch of stuff. It's 6 strings instead of just 1, 2, 3. And it's tough to figure out chords and tough to figure out things on a guitar. So try to do it on a piano. Visually, you do yourself a favor, it's going to be a lot easier. So that concludes this particular lesson, as always. Just feel free to call, keep those cards and letters coming. Good night, oh good night, sweet dreams, good night.